What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Homeowners series. If you saw in the thumbnail, I'm just coming back from Freeport, Texas, because from carsfromjapan.com, we picked up one of those little tiny Honda mini trucks. Let's get on back to the garage and get our episode started. Yeah, if you guys have never heard of carsfromjapan.com, I really don't blame you. But you can pick up one of these old Honda pickups for like really dirt cheap, and all you have to do is really go down to the port and pick it up. Well, I took it for a test drive while I was down there to make sure the thing, actually functioned, and it does. But if we head into the shop, I got myself the Harbor Freight Special. We got this little, what would be considered an ATV trailer that I'm planning to pull behind it. And last week on Marketplace, I picked up a little Honda push mower. You guys might recognize this one from the mower that I technically worked on in 22, and you would be correct. There she be in all her glory. The 216 Honda. Thing looks really, really nice. It could be used for tune-up projects around stuff that we can't get to, or properties that just kind of have really too much contour that a bigger mower deck can't do anything. But the last piece of equipment we have to go and look at is a 417, I think, John Deere. And that mower's got a bagger system, a 60-inch deck, and it also comes with a snow blade, which we can use to do like driveway snow plowing jobs in the winter. That thing, however, is on the north side of town, so I'm going to get the little Honda off the trailer. We're going to head north and go take a look at this thing. I've already put flyers up around town, gotten a couple calls. Even if I can't use it the big John Deere, it doesn't necessarily matter. I have my walk behind, which is my GS45 in my little back shed. But we're going to see what we can make out of this thing. If you guys are fans of the Homeowners or Public Works series and you'd love to continue seeing projects like this go on, then make sure to head down below, smash that like button, maybe even consider subscribing. I think all in all, this setup probably cost me about $6 grand. The truck itself took like $3,500 to get imported. That Honda lawnmower was nicer at like $500. This mower is going to cost at least $1,400. And then the trailer I just threw together with parts from Harbor Freight. I don't know about the next guy, but just mowing in general is like my happy place. It is my place of peace. So there's the mower. And this is what we got. Oh, it's a 445. This is a big boy. I thought it was a 417. Blade looks pretty nice. The bagger system doesn't have any holes in it. Seems like all the connections are pretty solid. The deck's not in that bad a shape. Sometimes these things get rusted out. Hydraulic lines don't look terrible. And it looks pretty solid. See how she sounds. That sounds like an old John Deere lawnmower. I think we'll give the owner a little bit of a chit-chat, and then we'll be back on the road, getting started with some lawns. With the mower bought, we now have to put this magnificent combo that is our lawn care setup together. This is either going to look absolutely stupid, or it's going to look like the coolest thing you've ever seen. Wow, those tracks are really rough. Most of the properties were probably just going to be mulching, but in the case that a property does want to be bagged, we do have the back half of the Honda, which I'm pretty sure has a fill plane in it, so we can just haul grass out to the dump with that sucker. I think what I like the most about this mower in 25 compared to the 22 version is the tire setup. I like these bigger looking turf tires. It looks more like an accurate wheel representation of what went on these things. I just feel like the thing's gonna be a nightmare to get up here. Might have to try and pick it up or tilt the trailer back. Yeah, that's not driving up on that. Hang on. What you are about to witness, please do not try this at home. This is not recommended in any way, shape, or form. Now, if I'm fast enough, I can get it to fall on the ball. Or just not tip at all. Come on, man. Don't do that to me. Nope, 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 nope. It was a little sketchy, but we got it. Would not recommend doing that again. Okay, now on to the other Honda. I think we're set. Let's go get ourselves our first job. Probably right after I shut my garage door. That might be important. The amount of times I have seriously contemplated buying one of these trucks is absurd. And this guy is our first contestant. I'd like to make some money before I start spending it. Might be a good idea. This gentleman, however, does not want the grass bagged. So I need to make sure I set the mower deck to mulch. Yes, chop that sucker. Ow. We are off to the races. Try and get around all the trees first. Not take out the trees. Just go around them. Yeah, I am not fitting inside that gap. That push mower is going to be used for quite a bit of this yard, I guarantee you it. This thing's turn radius is non-existent. Thing's also like absurdly big. This mower might not look very big in the game, but trust me, you stand next to one of these things in real life, they are massive. I think we're almost about done with this thing. It cuts the grass pretty quickly with that 60-inch mower deck. It also catches on quite a few things, and it's driving me nuts. I want you guys to head to the comment section. What is your preferred mower deck width? The one we are using is a 60-inch deck. I like 54. I feel 54 is a very nice medium. 48's a little too small, but if you're mowing an acreage, you probably want nothing less than a 60. It also depends on how big of an overhang the deck has from the outside wheel. So hypothetically, let's just say you have a property that is very, very hilly, and your wheel width compared to the deck width is significantly shorter. You are going to scalp the ever-living bejesus out of that because the deck's going to dig in. But if the wheel set is about as wide as the mower deck, you're not going to scalp. That's one thing I don't care for about my GS45. The deck sticks out way further on the left side, so if I'm going through a hillside and I don't know how to go through that accurately, it will scalp the turf real bad. Versus something like this, where yes, it also sticks out the side, but look at that, it has a gauge wheel. It's pretty self-explanatory knowledge, but that's just the tips and tricks if you're wondering. Let's try and finish up with a couple of these other big patches, and then we will swap over to the Honda. If memory serves me correct, the collisions on this were not bad. I was able to get really nice up close and personal with some of these. Which, yes, it doesn't look like I can. Us in the Midwest have been getting a major heat wave, and I know the East Coast has really been getting hit. So that's why I broke out the tank top for the first time this season. It is just way too hot out, but you know, I would wear shorts, but I worked at the Game and Parks in the maintenance department, and you get hit in the leg a handful of times with dirt, rocks, and debris. You learn to wear long pants. I'm actually able to get pretty close with this thing, more than I thought I would be able to. Don't mind me, just gonna squeak right through that. Man, this push mower is kind of fun. Now granted, if I had to do the whole property like this, it would probably suck. But I'm really able to deliver a nice product off of this. I will note that if I do buy small engines, I would buy Honda. Granted, yes, Briggs & Stratton's not a bad motor, but you can't tell me that Honda does not know how to build an engine. They might be pricey, but dang, they are reliable. Another fun fact about Honda push mowers, when my dad moved, he left the GS45, the big walk behind, to me. But he still needed a mower. So he went and bought a Honda push mower, and the one he got was the fancy one you could leave the mower running without the blades being on. He said even I couldn't mow with that thing if I wanted to. I gotta wait until he's gone. You guys thought we kept the Deere nice? His looks like it still came out of the box. I think that's really all we have for this besides underneath the swing set. That and maybe that one part by the electrical box. Beautiful. I believe I had one more job that was registered on my job list down by the bar. Let's see if we can sneak between the transformer and the power box. Start making our way down. Place is looking spiffy. But we got more jobs to do. To note, this is not going to be replacing or doing anything to our landscape series or even the public works series. I am specifically just doing this for the fun of it. This is a side hobby job. We gotta mow the home and garden store. That is our other contract. This is one of the larger yards, so this is gonna be one of the $60. This thing is just such a cool truck. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want one of those? Well, I guess you could probably say a lot of people, but I want one, okay? These guys' property line goes all the way from the railroad tracks to Main Street and right about to where our evergreens are. Well, not ours, but those evergreens. Same with the last job, they do not want it bagged. Hopefully I don't really have to use the bagger a lot. The problem with farm sim grass is that when you cut it the first time, their so-called amount that comes out of the bagger when you dump it is kind of excessive. That back line is also not even close to straight in the slightest. We will address that when we get to it. When building out that trailer, I contemplated getting one of these little utilities, but I just didn't see the use of it because look at how much bigger those trailers are to that one. Granted, that one has a really nice ramp system, but that trailer costs probably a third of what those utility ones did. Sometimes price really can reflect the quality, but I trust my work, and it really won't be driving down the road anytime soon. I don't really want to do jobs outside of town. Just did a loop around the fence line. The very far side, they do a really good job of keeping that grass along the fence pretty much dead. But this fence line and then going down towards the road, they're a little harder because they can't really spray it as well. I think what might help is if they throw some rock and then do some Roundup. That way the entire fence line can look like this little strip right there. Because you see how it has the rock sticking out like probably 6-7 inches? Makes it a lot easier to get around the posts. Let's start sectioning it off and going back and forth. Really don't think I'm going to need to use the push mower for this site, but could be wrong. If I could pick one of these mowers up on the old school, that would be awesome. I like the Husqvarna that I got, but it's got a smaller mower deck than this, and this is, you know, older. So cross your fingers that one of those comes across the used market. See what I mean? When you get this stuff built up in the back, it's harder to maintain it. So if they brought that gravel out and then sprayed Roundup along the fence line, it would probably help with keeping that grass from growing into the chain link. There's one thing that weed trimmers and mower decks hate most, it is chain link fence. You want to know how to tear paint off a mower or strip the string out of a weed trimmer? Put it up against chain link and watch how long it lasts. A common question that usually gets asked on a lot of different series is what map are we using? So if you guys don't know, Public Works and homeowners are on the exact same map. They are both Forest River, North Dakota. I've done quite a bit of work to this map to get it to the way it looks. And by that I mean just like the work of placeables and farting around. But it is a really great map, and it was the home of Grandpa's farm that I did with Austin Farmer. Absolutely fun series. Oh, I love that. I think I'll try and get this one finished off, then we'll go home, clean stuff up, and we'll end it out. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Homeowner Series today. It was awesome to have you around. I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you'd like to check out the Public Works Homeowner Series playlist in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you can do that now. Other than that, make sure to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. We shall see you guys all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.